Hello everyone, it's me. It's been a while since I made a video. Uh, and today we're going to talk about Sonic Movie 3, or at least my predictions and what I want to see in the movie. So there's like really no new information about Sonic Movie 3 except that it's taken plot elements from Sonic Adventure 2, a good game, and Shadow the Hedgehog's game, which is a bad one. And a Shadow the Hedgehog, the game. It's a bad game. Even though I haven't played I haven't beaten the game because we got rid of it. And but I do watch people play the game or at least the cutscenes, and I think it'll be interesting to see some of those plot elements adapted into the third film. So, but first, I want to talk about what I want to see that have to be in both games because both games are kind of similar, kind of. They do have like same cutscenes, and we'll get on to it right now. So the first thing I want to see in Sonic Movie 3 is, of course, Shadow's backstory. And Shadow has a dark backstory, of course, if you play both Sonic Adventure 2 or Shadow solo game. It's about him. It, it's about yeah, he was living on the Ark with Maria and Gerald, and Gunn raided the Ark and killed not everybody except Shadow and Gerald. He killed Maria, and that traumatized him. He got sent to Earth. And then once Gerald Robotnik got uh, news that his granddaughter died, he went insane and started like altering Shadow's personality, making him wish revenge on humanity instead of helping it. And I believe that should definitely be part of the movie. And plus, Shadow has a backstory already. Like I said, like he unlike Sonic, who in the movies he's like adopted by like Longclaw. So yeah, Shadow's backstory I don't think should be altered in any way. I mean, they could like have Maria like dead from her fatal disease called NIDS, I think. Yeah. So yeah, that's one of my top things I want to see in Sonic Movie 3. And another thing I want to see in Sonic Movie 3 is, well, since I mentioned Shadow's backstory, I want them to go into outer space. And considering that Sonic Adventure 2 and Shadow Solo game, they both games went to outer space, I think it's a possibility. I hope they go outer space. Like, I mean, we already seen Earth like in two movies. I mean, we're gonna see Earth in the third film, but I want to see outer space, them going to the space colony arc. That would be really great. I really want to see that too. And another thing I want to see and that appeared in both games is like gun robots. Yeah, I want to. Maybe we can see gun robots. I would love to see them like make their way in the movie. And I also want to see like artificial chaos, like in the space colony arc. And I also want to see like, which also in both games. Well, Eggman is only in this. Age of Stone was never a thing, only in the movies. But I want if Eggman does return, I want him to like side with Sonic, like just like before the climax of the third movie. Because in those both games, he does side with Sonic, with the good guys. So I hope they give him like a character arc for like his last movie, Eggman, and Agent Stone will side with them too, like to stop like whatever happens. So now we're talking about what I want to, what should appear like in a that appeared in Shadow Solo game, what I want to see in the third movie. So if the Bio Lizard is somehow not like the final boss or at least a penultimate boss, then Black Doom should take its place. And Black Doom is like we have Super Sonic and Super Shadow will defeat Black Doom, and and that's it. Yeah, I just hope to see Black Doom. Maybe the Black Arms too. That'll be interesting. And also, what another thing I want to see in Shadow the game is the Gun Command Center. That's what it's called in the Sonic Wiki or Sonic fandom. Is where like the gun commander is at, and he talks like to like his soldiers and stuff. Yeah, I think that'll be a interesting place to see in the third movie. And another thing I want to see in the movie, which has appeared in the Shadow game, is possibly the last way, which is the last stage you do in Sonic. No, not Sonic. Shadow the Hedgehog the game. That's where Shadow goes to like stop Black Doom. My bad. Yeah, I think that'd be good to see since it's like I said, it's taking elements from both games, not just Sonic Brother 2. But even though like the logo, it had like Sonic's quills on the top and Shadow's on the bottom, it might take more inspiration from Sonic Brother 2 than Shadow the Hedgehog's game, but it will still have those elements though. And speaking of which, now we're about to talk about what I want to see in Sonic that appeared in Sonic Adventure 2 in the movie. So one thing I think is gonna be obvious that is gonna appear is that Shadow becomes a good guy again and like just before the climax. Uh I know Shadow the Hedgehog is also a good guy, but in his own game, but it's divided like stories. Like you can do like the pure hero, pure dark, and semi dark, and all of that. But in the Sonic Adventure 2, he's a bad guy at first, but then becomes a good guy. So I want that to appear in this third movie. And another thing I want to see, I surprised nobody else wants this, but I personally want to see it. The Space Kind arc heads towards Earth. I think that would be amazing to see, honestly. Um, just have like the characters who are in the space kind of like Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Rouge if she appears, and Amy and Shadow, like they all have like their reactions and like, oh no, they could possibly die, and so is the humans. And I would love to see that, honestly. And another thing I want to see in the movie that appeared in Sonic Adventure 2 is I know this is kind of a far-fetched, but for some reason I want Cannon's Core, which is the last stage of Sonic Adventure 2. I want to see like they could like make it different a little bit. Like I know like in the game like they had to go underwater because like Rouge like turn on like the switch and like it starts flooding like yeah, but I think they're gonna probably make it different. I know they're gonna do it 100%, but I don't know why I want to see that so bad. Like, I think that'd be kind of cool. And my final thing I want to see in the movie that appeared in Sonic Adventure 2 is, well, the Bio Lizard. Uh, if he's in the movie, he could be like the penultimate boss, or even both the penultimate and the final boss of the movie. And like I said, Super Sonic and Super Shadow go towards him and kick his ass. If he doesn't appear, then Black Doom can be the final boss, and or just have like Lizard be the final, not the final boss, the penultimate boss. That would be good. I would love to see that. And now, of course, with like the previous two films, they also add like original ideas. It's not going to be like one on one, obviously, of like Sonic Adventure 2 or Shadow's game. So I want like original. So they're gonna obviously have original ideas. Like here's mine, and I want to see like maybe like the Wachowskis enter gun headquarters maybe, and cover some stuff about Project Shadow. That'd be kind of interesting. That'd be cool. I would love to see that. And I would love to see like Shadow interact with the Wachowskis too. Like I don't know how, but I would love to see them. See Shadow. I'm sorry, I had to burp. That's why I was paused there. Yeah, I would love to see Shadow and with the Wachowskis like Tom and Maddie, and even Rachel maybe like see Shadow and then have interactions maybe. I'll also love to see Rouge interact with if she appears though, and I'd like to see Rouge like have interactions with the Wachowskis too. That would be kind of cool. Like just see what how that will turn out. And my fourth and final thing, I don't know why I said fourth. Was it my fourth for original ideas? If for some reason they don't kill Maria by gunshot, she could just die from her own disease, NIDS. Yeah, instead of like them like, hey, don't get away from the pod or whatever. Instead of shooting at her, like they just take away all the Jerobotic stuff and Shadow, and then she stays on the Ark, and then she winds up dying in there. And I guess they can go that route. And yeah, that's about it. And so yeah, that's all for my predictions. I do have a yeah, I did have quite some. And there's also like the Knuckles show too. Like I could probably just say what my predictions are for this one. So of course this Knuckles show is gonna take after the events of the second movie, but of course before the events of the third one. And I hope that Rouge maybe appears and Amy appear in the Knuckles show, and then they can reappear in the third movie. I really don't have that much predictions for the Knuckles show because like it's all about like Knuckles and Wade, like doing stuff. I guess no, it's like Knuckles trading Wade. Yeah. So I would love to see I hope it's fine. I mean, because Wade is a annoying character. I do not like Wade. He always has to like shoehorn like a pop culture reference, and it's just the most grating. I wouldn't say it's the most grating, but it's very grating to hear all the time. Like, okay, go, you know these movies. Like, who gives a fuck? But yeah, that wraps up about my predictions for Sonic Movie 3, and I'll see you next time, wherever that may be. So, bye.